Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn at the party's annual conference. Photo by Leon Neal, Getty Images, Mark Wallace. 6 hours Monday, September 24, 2018. I have yet to hear a convincing argument against greater internal democracy within the Labour Party. In fact, I think the Corbynites are essentially right about it. As a conservative, those are not words I write very often, and I doubt the acolytes of the dear leader will welcome my support, but that's my view nonetheless. A stopped clock is right twice a day, though you may decide based on personal prejudice whether the broken timepiece in this instance is me or Jeremy Corbyn's followers. A political party is not an army of drones, there to do as ordered regardless of whether they think it right or wrong, but a group of people, brought together by a shared worldview, who work together to agree how best to advance it. Why this Labour row matters. There are few things more dull than a faction fight about process, but the ongoing battle over the opposition's rulebook does matter. At the Labour conference, the party fought itself bloody over whether to make it easier to deselect sitting MPs, or to make the leadership follow policies chosen by members. This is all part of the wider war for Labour's future. Advocates of democratic reform accuse their opponents of being Blairites who want to gag and ignore the more left-wing membership, while defenders of the status quo claim those pushing for change are out to purge dissenting voices and introduce far-left policies. Those two accusations are leveled and denied with the special bitterness reserved for an argument within a family. But as an outsider, allow me to propose an unhelpful consensus: they're both true. Of course the Corbynites want to hand more powers to Labour Party members so they can use their weight of numbers to get rid of MPs whom they deem disloyal to the Islington Messiah. Of course their non-Corbynite colleagues oppose greater direct democracy because they know they would lose on everything, and would prefer to get their way. Read more. In politics, both sides are motivated in large part by self-interest and factional advantage. The question is, which is also in the right? This time, like them or loathe them, it's the Corbynites. A party is its members. Giving people the freedom to make mistakes is the only way to enable them to work out for themselves how to do things better. What reason would there be not to allow a party's members to choose their own local candidates and representatives? Or to vote on the values and beliefs of the party they slogged their guts out for, in wind, rain and snow? That, surely, is what a political party is, not an army of drones, there to do as ordered regardless of whether they think it right or wrong, but a group of people, brought together by a shared worldview, who work together to agree how best to advance it. The best the old guard can muster in reply is that Labour's members cannot be trusted to use the vote wisely. That sounds familiar. It was the same criticism of the electorate as a whole that they used back when they opposed an EU referendum, before defeat magically converted them to wanting two referendums, even if they believed it to be the case, in which case they sound rather ungrateful to the people on whom they relied to get elected. It still doesn't defeat the case for greater democracy. Delegates at Labour's party conference. Photo by Leon Neal, Getty Images. So you think a majority of your fellow Labour Party members are too insane to be allowed to decide anything? Too bad, they're still the members of the party you chose to join, stay part of and represent. Every leaflet you deliver helps to bring them, and their hero, closer to running the country. So if you are willing to inflict their views on the nation, why aren't you willing to allow them a vote on the future of your shared club, or on your career? The members will have their say, whether you want them to or not. The moderates' and Blairites' strategy to try to hang on to the commanding heights of the Labour institutions has failed miserably. Trying to lock the membership out of decision-making, by retreating to ever smaller bastions of rulebook technicality, doesn't make those members disappear or change their minds. At best, it slightly postpones and greatly inflames the moment when they will eventually break down the door. Ironically, handing democratic control to the Corbynites is probably the last best chance their opponents have of stemming the tide of hard-left dogma which is overwhelming Labour. I would disagree strongly, however, with how they would use the extra powers they seek. The purges and policies which would ensue are quite predictable, and would be a turn-off to millions of voters. But that's part of the point. Democracy is a learning process, and giving people the freedom to make mistakes is the only way to enable them to work out for themselves how to do things better. The Blairites need to remember their own history. They may believe now that their views are obviously superior to those of the far left, but their own ascendancy only came about by the painful and public demonstration of that fact via trial and error in the 1980s. It's mortifying that Labour has so swiftly forgotten that hard-learned lesson. But there is only one sure way to relearn it. Mark Wallace is executive editor of conservativehome.com.